this module, we're going to explore one of the most fundamental pillars of effective communication, the art of arranging ideas into a persuasive story. So arrangement basically refers to the logical structure we'll use to present our arguments effectively. It's all about taking those ideas you've generated during the invention stage and arranging them in the most impactful way possible. Aristotle called this the architecture of persuasion. So without a solid structure, even the most brilliant arguments may fail to resonate, he argued. Think of arrangement as the bridge between invention, where you come up with ideas, and delivery, where you share these ideas with an audience. The way you arrange your arguments can either build a strong connection with your audience or create some sort of confusion. In this module, we're going to explore how to use this bridge effectively. So arrangement is the art of making sure that each point naturally follows from the last, guiding your audience as smoothly as possible from the introduction to the conclusion. It's about choosing the right organizational pattern to best fit the goals of your message and your audience's needs. So we'll begin by understanding the relationship between invention and arrangement. We'll talk about how you can take all those ideas and insights from the invention stage and then logically arrange them to create the maximum persuasive impact. So we'll introduce some basic concepts of logic as well, including deductive reasoning and inductive reasoning, and how to avoid logical fallacies. These are foundational skills which will help you to ensure that your arguments are sound and that your audience perceives them as credible. But it's not just about logic, it's also about storytelling too. So we're going to discuss storytelling from different traditions, including those from both Eastern and Western cultures, and how those traditions influence the way we organize our messages. In the Western tradition, we often follow a linear problem-solution model. In contrast, Eastern traditions may favor a reflective approach, one that often explores multiple perspectives before coming to a resolution. Understanding these differences is key, especially when you're addressing diverse audiences within the Asia-Pacific region. So we'll explore some of the patterns of organization as well that are incredibly powerful for persuasive communication. This will in particular include Monroe's motivated sequence, which is designed to move audiences toward action, and also Minto's pyramid principle, which focuses on organizing ideas from the general to the specific to create a coherent argument. If you spend any time with consultants, you'll know this model. These organizational tools help us decide not just what to say, but how to say it in the most impactful way. We'll also talk about other patterns, such as causal, chronological, and even climactic patterns, each chosen depending on the kind of impact you want to create. In other words, your story needs to make sense, but it also needs to feel true to your audience. When you master this, your arguments not only connect logically, but also emotionally. Lastly, we'll explore the power of linguistic framing. Linguistic framing is a method that shapes how information is perceived by influencing the language and the context in which it is presented. By choosing specific words, metaphors, and narratives, you can guide the audience's interpretation, emphasizing certain aspects of an issue while downplaying others. So persuasion isn't just about emotion or just about logic. The real power lies in balancing both effectively. Through arrangement, we'll learn how to weave together these elements into a cohesive, compelling argument that guides our audience from introduction to conclusion. So by the end of this module, you will have hopefully a toolkit of strategies for arranging your arguments in ways that will make them more persuasive, memorable, and impactful. You'll be able to frame your messages to fit your audience perfectly, applying the principles of logic, narrative, and structure to achieve your communication goals.